Okay, here is my data breakdown. Uh, the sector here, we're going to call this sector 2. I launched a little bit better, so I was actually ahead for a good portion of this. However, towards the end of the stretch, you were able to carry more speed. Your top speed got up to 75, and my top speed only got up to about 69. I continued driving a little bit too deep into this first turn, which resulted in me kind of overdriving this corner here. You were able to get your turning done sooner and kind of clip the apex, which allowed you to carry more speed up into this next turn. And so you had a little bit more speed going into this section as well. By the end of this section, we were both going roughly the same speed. Again, I kind of overdrove the corner a little bit. Looks like maybe my approach was a little bit too tight, like I turned a little bit too early. So you had a tidier line. So again, you were ahead of me a good bit at this portion. Now this section, I actually beat you by just a little bit. Looks like my line was a little bit tighter through the turn. And then you started to pull away on this fast section again. But then you overdrove this turn a little bit, and I was a lot tighter. So this is the section of the course where I picked up a lot of time. I was actually, if you look over here at our little arrow trace, I was actually like dead even with you at this point. So if I had have been able to continue to improve at this point of the course, I could have actually done a 58. But a lot of this is because I was going a little bit too fast here, which caused me to overdrive the turn again. So we've got this section, which I guess is the kink. You start to pull away again. I guess it goes back to you getting your turning done sooner so that you were able to get immediately on the gas, and you had a little bit straighter line through this whole section. So you were driving with a lot more speed and confidence in the kink. Now, so you brake earlier here. I brake later, which again, that allows me to kind of pull in right to where you're at, just because I'm kind of overdriving it a little bit. However, this kind of set you up again to go faster as we move into the slalom. Now, the slalom section is where you absolutely destroyed me on time. I was behind you by 0.3 seconds on the execution of the slalom. So I think you were just carrying a lot more speed in general through that. I don't know if it's a situation of me getting behind, but you can draw your own conclusions on that. So then at the end of this section, again, I'm driving harder in, but that again looks like it causes me to take a little bit wider line. But our speed through this sector was almost identical. And then the last section, let's see what we got going on here. Last sector here. You were faster through this section as well. So I think you just drove it tidier and more confidently with speed.